Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what?
I can't hear you at all.
What?
Nope.
It's...
Not a single thing. Oh, wait, hang on. Try again.
How about now?
Ha! That was my fault. Okay.
Guess what? The costumes are still in the bag over there.
Hey,
So
cool.
I will get those right after the intro. But also, guess what? I started distance learning for school.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
No.
mean, yay!
Yay! I actually really prefer it. to regular school because I
Yes.
have open first period, and so my school doesn't start until 10:15.
Right.
It ends at 2:45, and I have an hour for lunch and 15 minutes between classes.
Yes.
So I am very happy, and I plan to graduate in December. So, because I have enough credits to graduate.
Wow, okay.
So I'm really excited to be done with high school. But
So you're never going to school again?
well, I'm going to college.
Yeah.
Or I plan
well,
to.
If that exists.
Well, I
Oh my
mean,
goodness.
it's probably just be
You're
distance learning.
so old.
I am
okay.
so
Yes.
old.
Anyway.
It's ridiculous.
Well, congratulations and
Thank you.
stuff.
I don't
All
feel
right.
like I'm as
Yeah,
old as I am.
yeah.
It's kind of
All right.
ridiculous.
Well, today we've got a great song. Of course, Kalapal is going to want us to move through this because hey, buddy, we got a lot of stuff going on in this song. So we need to, there are a couple of repeating parts, but honestly, it's a whole lot of notes. So let's jump in and see if we can figure out some of this stuff. In case you haven't heard the song before, at the original speed, it would sound something like this. Nope, it wouldn't sound like that at all. Oh, poopy. Is that really the track?
That's the full speed one.
Okay, yeah, let's try the other one. At not full speed, it would sound like this.
Okay.
I hope this. There we go. That's interesting. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. And then we just end there, and if you want to, you can throw in an A at the end of that. But that's going to be pretty much the whole thing, and we're going to start on an A. So let's go ahead and figure out where an A is. All you need to do is find any group of 3 black notes, like those ones right there, or like those ones right there. Just don't pick a group of 2 black notes, and you should be fine. Any group of 3 black notes, take the one in the middle, and you're going to drag it slightly to the right, like this. Watch, and right there. That note right there, that is an A. And if you just follow the alphabet, then you should be able to come up with an A, and a B, and a C, and a D, and an E. And if you've never done that before, then pause the video right now and check that out. A, B, C, D, E, and say those out loud so you can start to get used to those letters. And then it's time to play the A and the E. So we're gonna play A, skip over these 3 notes and go up to E, and we're gonna say the words out loud. Rain drops. And then if you want to, you can play that E again and say on, and then go to the note right above A, which should be, of course, a B, because A and B are right next to each other. So then you could say rose. And that would be enough to practice just that little chunk right there. Rain drops on rose, until it sounds nice and smooth. What you want to watch out for is that you're not clumping notes together, like, especially people are going to want to put these E's together. So they're going to want to play rain drops on rose. That's not what you want. So nice and smooth, rain drops on rose. You can go as slow as you want, but it just has to be smooth. And then we're going to play an A, actually 2 more A's. And then this next one's kind of tricky because we want an E again, but we don't want the E that we picked before. We want this E down here. A couple different ways to come up with that one. One is you can look at this E and go, well, that's easy. That's just above a group of 2 black notes. So if I go above a group of 2 black notes down here, I'd have one of these. Or you could count backwards to the alphabet, which is not what I would recommend. But the note before an A is a G, and the note before a G is an F, and the note before an F is an E, and so that's what you would want. It's because that's the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts back over. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, so either way, we need an E when we say whisk, and then come right back to that A, and play that A again while you say ers on, and then one more time a B and an A, kittens. And all that together sounds like this. Rain drops on roses and whiskers on kittens. So make sure you pause the video and you practice that thing. And once you have that down, actually before we throw in the track, I want to show you that this next line is the exact same notes. The words are different, but the notes are the same. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. So make sure you pause the video and you practice that until you feel like you can play it nice and smoothly. And then when you come back, we're all going to play it together. If you're live with us, just get all the notes that you can and don't worry about the rest. Here we go. Get ready on that A and that E. Let's do this. Go. Rain drops on roses and whiskers on
do it again. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Now this next section looks like it's going to be very similar. Can we stop the track? Looks like it's going to be very similar because it goes from an A to an E, but then things start to change a lot. And these are the two lines that are going to take the most practice. When we go from brown pape, which is that first section right there, and then one note down would get you to per, and then the A and the B that we were playing before, we're going to play those again and say pack, a. Now, like before when I said we go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we need a G now, and it's the G that's right next to this A. So this A right here, that's not the note we want to play. We're playing a B right now on A, and then for the jazz, we need that G right there. So we have brown, paper, packages. And this right now is about where a lot of the live students who haven't done a whole lot of songs before, only been here for a couple months, kind of go, I can't do it anymore. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Still pay attention so we can figure out the rest of these notes, and then you can practice it. You don't have to have the whole thing down by the end of the lesson. But this next note is going to be a G as well, and we're going to go from there up to a D, and it might take some counting. That's fine when you're practicing on your own to go A, B, C, D, and play the D while you say up, and don't forget to say the words. Then to a C, which would be right next to a D, and then we're going to go all the way down to an F, which is the note right above that E that we played before. So we played it low E already. No. Okay, Kloppel says this has to be our last time through. Let me show you the last line after we get done with this F right here, because this F is strings, and then luckily we're going to go straight up from that lowest note all the way to the highest note, from an E all the way up to an E. So you get two E's ready, and we're going to go E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. You don't even have to pay attention to what the letters are. Just start here and go up 8 for 8 notes. So go up 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then turn around and go the other direction. And then go to the very first note that we played ever today. No, not the A, the one we played before the A, to try to figure out what the A was. This one right here, this black note that's in the middle of a group of 3, that is known as a G sharp, and that's what you want for your last note of the song. So, like Kloppel said, this will be our last time through, but of course you can practice this all you want, and you've got the track to play along with, so get all the notes that you can, and then don't worry about the rest, and if you're in the archives, then pause the video and practice, so when you come back, we can play this all together. Let's go. 2, 3, ready, set, go. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Do it again. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. And then if you want to end on an A at the end, that would be all right. But that's all of the notes. We'll have plenty more time to practice this on levels 2, 3, 4, and 5. But for right now, Kendra, tell us about our weekly activity.
This week is the origami piano, and you can just fold up the piano and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points from our mascot penguin Kloppel.
Every time. That keyboards were kind of hard to get it to stick on, but you can use some tape right there and get that to stick on. That's kind of a fun one to make. All right, let's play our game of the week, which is Mary Joy. So I'm going to play 2 different songs for you, and you have to tell me whether I'm playing Mary Had a Little Lamb or Joy to the World. They sound almost the same, actually, at the very beginning. So Mary Had a Little Lamb sounds like this at the beginning. And Joy to the World sounds like this. So I'm going to play one of these two songs for you, and you're going to tell me whether it was playing Mary Had a Little Lamb or Joy to the World. Now, if you're in Kloppel Academy, you'll know these as a major second and a minor second. So Mary Had a Little Lamb starts with a major second. That's 2 half steps, and then Joy to the World starts with 1 half step, and that's called a minor second. Okay, Cool. That aside, most of you just have to listen for, is this Mary Had a Little Lamb or is this Joy to the World? Let's try this thing out. Try to beat Kendra. She's pretty good at these games, but see if you can get more of these right than she gets. Okay, here we go. Here's your first
You
song.
should put on your costume.
What? Oh.
Yay! See, get it? Whiskers on kittens when the bee stings.
Oh, and the bee stings.
Yeah, that's it. It's not just completely random.
All right. Here we go. Here's our first song. This one right here. Does that sound like the beginning of Mary Had a Little Lamb or Joy to the World? What do you think, Kendra?
It sounds pretty happy and major, so I'm going to go with Mary Had a Little Lamb.
That's an interesting way to put it, okay? It is indeed. Yeah. Very nice. So that was a major second. Let's try one more or two more of these. What about this one right here? What do you think, Kendra?
Well, my first instinct was to say Joy to the World because it sounds so weird and minory for some reason, but then I realized that Joy to the World doesn't go like that. So I'm going with Mary Had a Little Lamb. I don't have a strategy here.
It was Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Okay,
yes.
great.
I think your strategy is be really good at ear training. So, and you get that way by practicing, and Kendra's practiced a lot, because like we said before, she's really old. Okay, let's do one more of these.
Hey!
Whoops, sorry, I forgot you were listening.
I was getting all ready for like a compliment, and then you're all like, she's really
old.
Small. Right,
Okay,
right.
Here we go. This song right here. What do you think, Kendra?
Well, it kind of sounds like Fur-Elise in a different key.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to say Joy to the World.
It does sound like Fur-Elise. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's interesting. But yes, it is Joy to the World. And that was major seconds and minor seconds, which is Mary Had a Little Lamb and Joy to the World, which means it's time for us to move on to a little bit of mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Megadude who says, Dear Jamin, how many points do I get for doing the weekly activity? And for the first time ever, I'm not going to answer mailbag during mailbag because I actually answered this right after the lesson. So if you, at the end of the lesson, just keep on watching unless you don't want to and you're in the archives, then just fast forward to the end. And I tell you how to earn all the points for all of the things that you can do, whether it's submitting videos or any of the stuff, the weekly activities. So make sure you watch the end of the video or skip ahead to it if you want to. And now it's time for something we call secret information.
Secret information.
And once again, this was in the music lessons in a box. So if you have music lessons in a box and you get the mailings every month, then you already have one of these folders and you already have the file that's inside that says the information that you can have that most people don't have. Is this song utilizes something called harmonic contextualization. Harmonic contextualization. This is what it means. It means that thing that we do at the beginning where we go, that thing is actually going to get repeated while the chords change. So when we get to level 4 and 5 and stuff, we're going to play different chords underneath that. So it makes it sound like the notes are different because you're listening to it like, whoa, this section of the song is different, but the melody is exactly the same. When we change the chords and keep the melody the same, that's called harmonic contextualization. It's a big word. It's all spelled out in your folder though. Number 2. Oh yeah. Okay, so this thing also, when we're talking about the chords, yeah, this is super secret information. Nobody knows this stuff, especially not kids, but maybe you. Right here, we have a thing called the circle of fifths. If you've been to any of the adult lessons, you might recognize that term because it's mostly a secret for kids. But the circle of fifths is just where you're counting up by 5 half steps. So you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And that right there, that move is one cycle move through the circle of fifths. Okay, so we have this thing happening all over the place. When we get to this D right here, the D to the G to the C to the F, all of those are all fifths. In fact, even at the end, when we go B to E, and then we go back around, cycle back around to the beginning to play the A, that's a cycle move too. So we've got tons of moves through the circle of fifths in this thing. So if you know the circle of fifths, if you're in Classical Academy and you're doing, I think it's level 4, you get to circle of fifths, then you already know the circle of fifths. You're like, oh, cool, that's an easy way to remember the song. It's just the circle of fifths. All right, last piece of secret information is that at the end of this thing, you could try using tenths in your right and your left hand. So when we go to that thing that goes, you could try doing tenths. So that means you're going to go down. Well, I'll start it right here. So you're going to go down until you have 10 notes included. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right there. It'd be really, really, really cool if instead of playing, you play this tenths apart. You go start there, you move up one note, and you just move them together. That right there would sound so cool. I think when I get to level 4 or 5, I'm gonna throw that in there. Right there. So tenths at the end of that thing would be super cool. But again, that's a secret. You don't have to know that. But hopefully you do know if it was your birthday this week. Happy birthday to everybody who's your birthday this month. Happy birthday! And not only is it a celebration of birthdays, but also a celebration of whoever won the raffle. Let's find out if it's you. Congratulations, Melanie G. Let us know what prize it is that you want, and everybody else, let's go to level 2.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.